Dear colleagues, dear members of European Schoolnet, delegates from the European Commission, guests, participants, also from my perspective, it's a real pleasure to open this conference for the first time, indeed, since 2019, that we can come all together, the big European Schoolnet family, and for a real live event. The digital transformation in schools is a topic that, in terms of policy making, is really fast changing with constant new challenges, constant new opportunities, as you all know. But the topic of today's conference, data literacy, how we deal with data in schools, is really a topic I think that will keep us busy for another couple of years. Through their learning platforms and through all types of new learning resources, schools gather and access whole lots of large sets of data that did not exist until recently, and also ministries are setting up systems to return and unlock the data they collect from schools, from pupils, and sometimes also even from parents in a structured way. This new situation, the availability of large sets of data, urges us to answer some important questions. And these questions are sometimes really simple, although hard to answer. What will schools do with all these data? Will teachers add learning analytics to their evaluation of their pupils and students? And how will school leaders use these data to improve student performance or to monitor all kinds of school processes, not only the learning process? And maybe the most important question, are teachers and school leaders sufficiently skilled in interpreting and using all these data? Do they have the necessary digital and data literacy skills? And what does this mean for professional development and teacher training policies? These are the questions that are at the heart of this eminent conference. So today and tomorrow, we would like to have a look into the importance of using data for learning responsibly and effectively for the benefit of the people we work for, teachers, students and their families, and analyze here together the consequences and the challenges. Now, where do we see the role of European Schoolnet in all these matters? During this conference, we will hear from many different countries and also the European perspective. And I want to say some words about the work plan in this respect. Yesterday, during our steering committee, we adopted the work program for European Schoolnet for 2023. And there we continue to address the priorities that are defined by our partners, the Ministries of Education. And it's clear that the use of data, learning analytics, and data literacies among teachers and school leaders are such a priority. So European Schoolnet will make of this topic one of its key priorities for the next year, and is already working actually together with our network of partners to offer evidence and best practice on the use of data in education. To give you some examples of how we're doing that, we launch here at Eminent 2 new publications. I guess they're on the stick that you received. The first one is a UN perspective paper on data use for personalized learning, and the other one is an inside report on the topic, student data, what is collected and for what purpose, with a lot of different information from UN members. Furthermore, we have set up recently a data interest group with representatives from the different ministries of education. This data interest group will address issues related to digitally processed data for student learning and assessment, and topics like trust and safety, ownership, usability, the ethical use of data are at the core focus of the group discussions and activities. Their implications on governance, professional development, and digital infrastructure are also considered. This data interest group will collect evidence about policies, initiatives, and pilot projects, as well as evidence from research. And finally, European Schoolnet launched this year a first webinar in a series called Data for Learning. And next year in 2023, more of these webinars in this series will follow. After each webinar, we will be sharing a summary of the discussions, and a final report will also be published when the series is over, to outline the lessons learned across the entire series. Moreover, UN will continue fostering an open dialogue across the different actors, practitioners, researchers, the tech and edtech industry, who are also represented here today, and policymakers involved in education, and also across European countries. Bearing this in mind, we encourage you to enjoy and get active in these 2 days discussions and continue the conversation with the UN network in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank, first of all, the UN office and its events team once again, did brilliant work for organizing this event. And furthermore, I want to thank the Irish Ministry of Education for hosting us here in your wonderful city. I wish you all a fruitful and instructive conference. Thank you very much, and I hand over back to you, Anne. Thank you.